Good morning. This is your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. Have seen some increase in the cloud cover as that remnants of the tropical depression continue to move towards and through the areas and move through the day today. It's also going to bring a chance for some showers and maybe even a few thunderstorms as we move, particularly as we get into the afternoon, as well as bringing some slightly breezy conditions moving through the day today. So going to see some somewhat unsettled conditions as we move through the afternoon hours, and looking at a fairly summer-like pattern as we move over the next several days, where we'll see some daily rain chances popping up and moving through the area for the extended forecast here. Taking a look at the current surface analysis, we can see the remnants of that tropical depression just off to the southwest and tracking east-northeastward, moving through the area. We're going to see this boundary up to the northwest slowly sinking southward, particularly as we get into the later part of the day tomorrow, and that's actually going to stall out just north of the area, and that's going to help keep things unsettled as we move through the extended forecast here. We take a look at the upper level winds from this morning's sounding. See the influence of that tropical depression with mostly southerly winds through much of the column, staying between 20 and 30 knots through the column as well. But we are seeing a peak wind of 33 knots at 25,000 feet, and the freezing level this morning is right around 16,000 feet. We'll take a quick look at the local radar here. We could see right now not tracking any showers over the local area. Most of the activity well off to the west, about 25 to 35 nautical miles off to the west. But again, that's rotation slowly moving eastward as we move into the afternoon. It's going to bring that shower activity in over the Delmarva Peninsula and into the local area. If we zoom out and look at the current visible satellite as well as the composite radar, can really pick up on that circulation there and see that general track off to the east-northeast, with most of the shower activity north of the circulation expected to push right through the local area. But take a look at the high resolution model, what we can expect for the next 48 hours. High res model is not quite as bullish, but do show, as you can see here, some scattered shower and potential for storm activity pushing through the area, mainly during the afternoon time frame, mainly arriving as we pass the noon time frame and continuing to linger through much of the afternoon, with that activity possibly tapering off as we move towards the 17 local time frame, as the general circulation will start moving off the coast at that time, and we should see a reduction in activity, with most of that likely being over by 18 local this evening. As we go through the remainder of the evening and overnight time frame, we will see generally just cloudy conditions, and things will remain dry as we move into the start of the day on Tuesday. Starting off dry for the day on Tuesday, and may see an afternoon pop-up shower during the later part of the afternoon, but the bulk of our next shower chance will arrive with that boundary sinking into the region as we get later into the evening time frame. As you can see, the high-res model here showing quite a line of storms pushing through the area, so potential for showers and storms, and maybe even a stronger storm embedded within that activity. And then, as we typically see, as we get past the peak heating or lose that overnight forcing, we'll start to see things quieting down as we get into the start of the day on Wednesday, with things starting off dry. We zoom out, look at the longer-term forecast here. It's going to be similar conditions as we move over the next several days, as we have that hot and humid setup with that boundary over the area. So we're going to continue to see daily chances, particularly during the afternoon and evening time frame, of showers and storms popping up, as you can see with the European model here showing that firing up as we get towards that peak heating and into the evening time frame, and then phasing down a bit as we go through the overnight time frame. Thursday does look like we could see that shower activity starting slightly earlier, as there is potential for a weak area of low pressure developing along that stalled boundary, helping to enhance some of that shower activity. But so maybe earlier showers starting on Thursday, but nonetheless continuing with those daily chances of showers and storms into Friday, as well as into the weekend, although the weekend coverage does not look quite as much at this time, still a bit far out to really narrow that down. So looking at daily shower and storm activity firing up with this very summer-like pattern over the region. 24-hour weather risk chart for today, just starting off with a yellow risk for precip and lightning. As we get later in the morning, we'll start to see that increase risk as we pass the noon time frame, mainly between the noon and 16 local time frame. Red risk for precip, orange for that lightning chance, and keeping an orange risk as we pass 16 local with a possibility of a lingering shower or storm before that system pushes out of the area. We're going to see those peak gusts up around 23 knots with those winds staying generally subtly until we see that system passing off to the east. So seeing that yellow risk for winds that are above 25 knots overall should stay below, but can't rule out a peak gust getting up to that level. Do have a yellow risk for some reduced ceilings and possibly some heavier rain with a potential for one of those stronger storms to push in over the area, lowering those ceilings and bringing in some quick downpours through the area. We'll see things quieting up as we move through the overnight time frame, back to green conditions. Winds generally out of the southwest, 7 to 12 knots, staying fairly mild with a low around 76 degrees, and things will start to warm up as we go into the day on Tuesday. Tides running slightly above normal Tuesday. We'll see a hotter day, more hot and humid. We'll see these heat index values up to 103, so a good chance we'll see a heat advisory for our Tuesday with an actual high up around 93 degrees. And then, as mentioned, we'll see a slight chance of an afternoon, mainly late afternoon pop-up shower or storm, but a better chance of showers arriving later in the afternoon, more so into the evening. So looking at an orange risk for that possibility there for precip and lightning. And we'll see some slightly breezy southwesterly winds. So yellow risk for winds that are above 25 knots. We keep that orange risk through the evening time frame for precip and lightning, and introducing a yellow risk for some lingering low clouds possibly after that shower activity starts to phase out. We'll see our low around 75 degrees. Wednesday, another hot and humid day, not quite as high with the heat index values, just at or below 100 degrees. But once again, seeing a chance for some afternoon showers and thunderstorms, and seeing a high of 89 degrees. We look at the extended forecast here. Similar conditions as we go into the end of the week and into the weekend. We'll see our high temperatures a few degrees cooler, right about seasonable for this time of year, but keeping daily chances of that shower and thunderstorm activity. As mentioned, we may start to see a slight decrease in that as we get into Saturday and Sunday, as it would be more of the pop-up variety with not as much forcing, but still looking like decent chances through the extended here. So could see these probabilities increasing as we get closer to that time frame. So temperatures generally in the mid 80s as we get through the later portion of the week and into the weekend. We'll see those low temperatures in the low 70s for that time frame as well. So that's going to wrap up the 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We'll be back again tomorrow at 8:15 at 10 a.m. Enjoy the rest of your day.